Well, why don't you stay here? Because I would like to welcome on in Radicoon.
Hello.
A wonderful couch. Radicoon, why don't you introduce us to your friend?
Okay, well, hi, I'm Radicoon. I'll be running Tunic any percent. This is my first marathon and I guess my first serious speed game, so I'm really nervous, but I have two wonderful folks on the couch with me. Ori, a fellow speedrunner, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Ori, a fellow speedrunner. So I don't run this category, which is 90%. I actually run all relics, no major skips, but I'll be commenting today. Hopefully I can help you kind of feel more comfortable because you'll do fine, honestly.
Thank you. And of course, our special guest is Andrew, the developer of Tunic. Introduce yourself,
Hello.
Andrew.
Hi, my name's Andrew Scholdice, and I'm the primary developer on Tunic.
And we are honored to have you here. We are very nervous, but we'll get through it together. This is a fantastic game, and I can't wait to run it.
I'm so excited to see this. I have not seen this run yet, so I'm excited to see what you've cooked up.
Okay, do we have a fox color?
We have our winner. With a total of $125 raised, Demi Pride Fox will be our choice.
All right.
Ooh.
We have loaded those colors in already, so we did not have to make any modifications. I guess I want to say a couple quick things about the run. It's any percent, so we're just trying to finish any ending as quickly as we can. And this game revolves around combat, exploration, and a lot of secrets and spoilers. So if this is a game you plan to play soon or at any point, I'm going to ask that you politely donate some amount of money and then mute or close the browser and come back for the next game, because we would not want you to ruin your experience of the game. This run doesn't ruin everything. It's not like a true ending or 100%, so there's definitely going to be things left to your imagination, and you may forget a lot of what you see, and we're going to try our best not to refer to exactly how we're doing or learning everything, but you're definitely going to have your experience marred a little bit, so, use your best judgment. We'd be happy to have you either way, so just a fair spoiler warning. Okay. I guess I'm ready.
Well, then I believe the game that has brought us over $1,700 for ore already, single-handedly, shall begin.
Okay, so we're going to load a save instead of start new game. Normally you'd load a new game, right? Or you'd start a new game here to be a valid run, but because we want to pick custom colors, we're just going to load a save. You can see it has nothing set. So I guess give me a countdown and we'll get started.
All right. I'll count you down. In 3, 2, 1, Tunic.
Let's go. All right, Andrew. In 20 seconds, what is Tunic?
Oh boy, I was made for this. Okay, Tunic is an isometric action adventure about a tiny fox in a big world where you explore the wilderness, fight monsters, and find secrets.
Excellent.
I feel like I'm watching a trailer here. This is exciting. So what we're about to do here, actually, we're going to do something right off the bat. We're actually going to enter some codes. I won't explain how we know these or how they work, but the game does tell you these. So these are not really cheat codes. They're more like just knowledge-based codes that we know. So these are going to give us some free items, hopefully. There we go. So we're going to get a firecracker and a firebomb. So we're going to throw the firecracker via these bushes, and you'll see this blows them up. Nice, you got the hole in the ground as well. And how does this? So you're going to throw the firebomb into the wall, right? Which will break the bushes. Just there you go. You got it. Nice. So the reason for this, there's a lot going on here. If it's not clear. So
try to keep up.
I'm already baffled.
So that guard right there on the telepad, which we just used, that's the telepad before you. That guard normally aggroes us unless we walk right, basically outside of his range, which requires us to go through that broken grass. So we need to use a firebomb to beat the grass there. But normally we can't get to this kind of side of the world at all. So what we're actually doing here was a completely different route than, I guess, the casually intended kind of way through the game. This is kind of all intentional mechanics, but normally you do not have a sword, you don't know about these codes, and you can't break any grass. So you have to. The game kind of funnels you into this kind of route towards the east side of the game, where you find yourself in like the East Forest, and you find your sword. It takes probably it's like the first hour or two, I guess, of the game to finally get back into the main overworld, and you kind of get free reign to explore wherever you want. I think that's roughly how long it took me, at least. But we're going to. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't want to trample on important explanations that are happening here, but I'm just chiming in to say, yes, absolutely. One of the design philosophies of the game is allowing people to do things in sort of unusual orders to really capture that feeling of discovery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big choke point in the run right here. Consumable items.
You can do this. You got it. So we're going to be attempting to throw it. We're going to be throwing the firecracker here right down to this room below, which is not really intended. It's going to aggro all the enemies. This frog here is nice. You got it. I think. Nice. Okay. So that aggroes all the enemies. It aggroes that one big frog in particular who has this, I guess, like a grapple tongue, which when that hits you, it'll pull you in. And so this skips the entirety of this kind of like 2-minute long area, I think, 2 to 3 minutes, I would say. And so we use that to get the item of this area, which is the magic orb, really quickly, just within entering, basically. And
then we death warp out of our required death scene. For some reason, we can use firecrackers in Resurrection. And then we make quick use of the orb here. Let me go around the side, please. Oh no, I've aggroed him early. It's fine. We're fine. Gonna take a little damage here, and then we're gonna make a little deviation from the world record route, just so I can kind of reset my save and quit point, and grab a couple backup firecrackers. Do you want to explain what's coming up next, Ori?
Yes. So what we got there in the chest earlier, just after exiting it all, was an effigy. So what normally does is it kind of you throw it on the ground and it does an animation, gives you some money. So what we're actually going to do here is use the turret. So we're going to grapple to the turret and hopefully use the effigy to interrupt the animation of grappling in the air. Nice, you got it, nice. So what that does is that actually skips a significantly large chunk of the early game, I'd say, to enter the West Garden kind of earlier than you kind of intended to, without a
sword. Without a sword.
Exactly.
It's kind of an inconvenience, right? Luckily, there's a sword here. Why is there a sword here, Andrew?
Well, believe it or not, it's for you. I put it there just for you.
For me?
We have a couple of speedrunners on the team, and so we have there are some speedrun friendly things in the game. And we thought, well, you know what? Someone's going to make their way here somehow. Maybe we're not sure how, but if they find themselves in the West Garden without a sword, maybe give them a little treat.
Also say
absolutely.
bye to Terry.
Bye, Terry.
Hi, Terry.
He was barely with us.
The chat says bye, Terry, as well.
It's a little tragic, but...
We never knew him, but we'll miss him well.
So this is quite the trick coming up, because it skips most of West Garden.
Yeah, so we are going to use the ice bomb to aggro the guard right above here. The item's barely close enough, like in vertical height, to freeze the guard from below the ground, and we use that to grapple up. So if you use the magic orb on enemies who are frozen, you'll grapple to them in almost every case. There are some exceptions, like I think flying enemies do not do that, but any enemies which are not flying, you will grapple towards them, which becomes important in a few places in the run. You'll see this happening a few more times, and for making some very novel tricks coming up, as we'll see soon.
So at this point in the normal route, you would go to Dark Tomb, skip the lantern, and do it blind, basically, and that's cool. And I can do it more than 50% of the time, but that's not really a great percentage for a marathon. So we are going to get the lantern, which also is very cool and not intended.
Yeah, this skip is pretty nice. Like, this is definitely faster than what I do to get the lantern in my runs.
We're still going to
So-
pay a visit to Dark Tomb, but just to reset my saving quit point. Basically just to say, nope, and we're out.
Yeah, I think we do this a few times. I'm not sure exactly where, but we do it a few times where we do a save and quit to save a bit of time and having to kind of walk back to where we already were. So it just saves time having to climb down all those ladders again after we get the whatever this item is. What do we call this? Like I've been calling
Orange
it the
barrel ring.
magic
Oh,
stuff.
that. Yes, this
Yeah.
item. Well, I don't know. I haven't translated the language yet, so.
Oh.
Oh goodness me!
And you, no one knows.
Nice.
This is
yeah.
fascinating watching.
Yeah,
you
so
do that.
there's a special interaction with frozen enemies and walls. Can you explain that, Ori?
Yes. I don't know how it works exactly with walls, but so what we're doing there is we're using the ice dagger and the magic staff, magic rod, whatever you want to call it, to fire. If you press them both at the same time, it fires a kind of ice bolt, which will freeze enemies. And so doing that when they're against a wall, like you can grapple to them and it will kind of drop you down. From my understanding, I don't quite understand how it works, but we use it there to kind of skip having to do the entirety of beneath the well to go around and get the lantern. We can just do that to drop straight into the bridge. There's another one coming up in a bit as well, which is more significant, I think. And we'll see that in a bit.
Yeah, let's say it saves more time. Yeah, I think you could say that. So now we have the orange peril ring, which when I equip it, will give me a double damage if I'm below 20% HP. If that sounds familiar to you, it probably is.
Yeah, so this I correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is based directly on like the effects of like in Dark Souls you've got the red tear stone ring, which is pretty much the same thing. It's designed as kind of like a glass cannon kind of build where you have to be really low health to use it, but you will do more damage in that state. But obviously you're going to take one hit and you're dead. So it's like very important for killing bosses in particular fast in this game and just generally enemies as well.
Ian, we have time for you to speak.
Oh, wonderful. I've been just as fascinated as everyone else. The chat's been loving this run as well. We do have a $25 donation. Thank you so much, Silent, for that, saying, good luck, Rad, on this very rad run. Make that tiny fox go fast.
Thank you, Silent.
Zooming.
I have time for another one.
Well,
Or
we're
an announcement.
still looking for some more, but we also still have plenty of incentives to put these donations towards. We still want to see if we can talk to the frog in Final Fantasy IV, or if you want to change what the starting character's name is. A certain moose has tried to monopolize that.
So anyway, that's Corey.
I worked so hard on that. What are you doing?
Wait, what's quiet? I didn't see anything there. Sorry.
Yeah. We're
Alex
trying
always
to
a big
avoid
door.
spoilers, okay? I'm thinking about everyone else.
That's right. We're skipping most of the content of this game to avoid spoilers. That's the intent here, not to save time.
This is just an elevator autoscroller. I guess it's good for me to point out, this is like the scariest part in the world record routes, right? Like PB attempts, because you would try to do all of this area without saving, with careful health and mana management. It's just too risky for a marathon, so we're going to save throughout. But it doesn't actually lose that much time because we can still kind of warp back to where we want to go next. So
Yeah, I believe your last save point was actually the atoll, I think, right?
right, which is where we
Yeah.
would normally want to go next. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not where we want to go if we die, basically.
Yes, we do have backup saves. I don't want to use them. I'm resigned to the fact that nothing, the run won't be 100% perfect, and so we have them if we need them. But
Yeah.
fingers crossed.
Yeah, but because of that save, though, we do need to damage down a bit here. So I believe you're going to try and take one bit of damage from these fairies coming up. That's fine. So I think you're going to use 2 firecrackers. Yep. And that'll damage down so that we get into Pearl state. Using an ice bolt to get across that bridge, kind of without having to go around all the way around and climb up the ramp and stuff. And we're going to go into our first administrator fight here, which is kind of quote-unquote forced fight. We're going to throw a bunch of firecrackers into it. And then you should be able to keep freezing the second phase and just kind of wail on it, and it should be dead before it even gets an attack off. Nice, good fight. And that ladder there we just climbed down is actually locked until you do the fight, so you can't get them out until that's done. But we are going to go ahead and do a skip now, which I believe we're calling Kevin's skip. Is that correct? Because so I believe this skip was not originally possible in the game, but this was patched in, I think, because someone, whoever it was, found the skip internally, and so essentially you can clip through the floor here. We'll see this in a moment. We're going to set ourselves up.
Build-A-Bear plushie is ready, so we had to pick that up real quick.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So we're going to clip through the floor here. We're going to save and quit, and then that lines up a position when we roll back in, so that we can walk into the railing, and we're going to try and clip down, hopefully.
Ooh. There we go.
Nice. Yeah, so...
Beautiful.
Andrew, do you want to explain why that works, potentially?
Yeah.
Dying.
Because Kevin, the audio designer on this game from Power Up Audio, said, hey, wouldn't it be neat if we could skip this basically auto-scroller section of level that does, story exposition by just putting basically a doorway portal under that. And at least I couldn't find out a way to fall off the edge, but we knew that someone out there would figure out a way to do it. And if they did, they would hit that trigger and be able to, gain a little bit of time.
Yeah, but I think that saves okay, you're good. I believe that saves 1 or 2 minutes-ish, because
it's
a
giant.
Yeah. It's not as much as 2 minutes, I don't think. But here's 2 more administrators, and we're not going to actually fight them. We're just going to go ahead and freeze them. They're going to do the spinning attack, which does nothing to us because we're in the middle, and that lets us activate this fuse. But you're kind of meant to be able to kill them first before you can do it, because they're kind of, they're that good on you. But that was good. That was nice. And I think, are you going to do the damage down with the elevator here, or with the staircase?
I didn't know
nice.
you could do that.
Nice.
I didn't know I could do it either.
You could do anything.
But no matter what happens the rest of this run, I've done something cool now, so we're good. We still have to activate the save point here.
Yeah.
Andrew, what are these creatures? What are the scavengers? They're white, they're vaguely fox-like, but we're just curious.
That's a good question. At some point, someone asked me, "Well, what species are they? Are they rabbits? Are they mice?" And you know what? I had not considered that. I did not have like a taxonomy chart out when I was working on them. So I open to interpretation.
I like that. So we're going to. This is the boss scavenger fight. This is, I guess, meant to be the hardest of the kind of major bosses of the game before the final boss. We're going to aggro her from outside across the bridge. The bridge collapses. We're going to freeze her, and as soon as she unfreezes, we're going to grapple her right across. Nice. You got it, I think. Nice. So she falls into the death pit of the death plane, and she's dead. And we get teleported across anyway. So that is a boss fight. Done.
This run is going too well. What is going on?
Knock on wood.
All right, so I think we're doing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, we're gonna just do the atoll and library section now. We're gonna reapply our save here, so our save and quit point is set at this shrine. And shout out to Silent for letting everyone know you can run back here.
Mm-hmm. So the idea behind this all here, we actually came here to get the magic orb, but we didn't do the rest of it. What we're going to do here is we have to activate these 4 fuses, one in each corner of the kind of the diagonal corners of the area, and once we activate all 4, the big elevator in the middle will activate, allowing us to use it to teleport up to the library. I'm assuming it's up. We don't actually know where the library is, but so that's number 1 done already. We used the ice grapple again, as you saw, to.
Why is the bird so far away?
Oh no, this bird is not liking you.
We're fine. I've never seen it in that corner.
Okay, nice. You got it. Yep. I believe you also want to freeze that bird so it doesn't aggro the fairies. Is that correct? In the wall.
Yes, it saves us from having to run up the entire rock outcropping. Okay, let's pray for good crabs.
The
Crab
chat is
smooch?
behind you.
No crab smooch. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Crab smooch. What?
Yeah, sometimes they face each other and, have a moment,
Aw.
but not this time.
I can't believe you got a crab smooch, Skip.
You can do a lot during that animation. Oh, let me off. Okay. You can buffer your orb. You can target the next hook. It's like looks complicated, but it's so consistent. It's very nice.
Mm-hmm. I believe you can enter like secret codes as well while the fuse is going off, which I didn't realize until recently. But it's kind of funny because the music just stops. And it's like, what did you just do?
Say goodbye to our big crab friend.
Yep, crab emoji. If you ever get hit by that. It's scary. It looks scarier than it is, that big crab. But that is us done the 4 fuses now. We're going to go into the library, which is, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's pretty much not too much happening here because it's mostly kind of, I guess, like setting up the story and setting up kind of like the
tension. Right?
Yeah, the tension. That's what I'm looking for.
I'm gonna damage down at these crabs so we have an easier death warp. Oh no. Yeah. Okay, that came faster than I thought. Okay, and here we go. This would be a good time for any announcements, Ian.
Well, I mean, we've had a lot of amazing runs today. I just want to say that if you happened to miss any of the runs already happened today, or maybe some later in the weekend, you might be working, doing whatever, check out the content by subscribing to our YouTube page. Everything's going to get uploaded there, as well as everything from our past marathons and events. Use command ! Mark YouTube in chat, follow that link, subscribe, and you can see everything.
This has such a Fez vibe. No, I will not explain what that is if you've never played Fez, but if you know, you know.
I have not played Fez, and I know it's got Fez vibe at this point.
Mostly because I say that it's like a meme at this point that I say that every time. So don't blink, but this is the librarian.
Yep, so we're going to use the lure we got earlier, the kind of the plushie we got. We're going to throw it at the corner there. It's going to run around. It's going to run straight past the trigger point where the boss actually activates, which normally closes off a ladder. Nice, you got it. So that normally closes off a ladder, making it so you can't escape, but we use the lure to kind of act, to kind of pretend to be us, which is what it's doing, and that way we can get down the ladder while it's doing its thing, making the librarian teleport down to try and get to us, teleporting below the death plane and just dying instantly, which is a novel way of fighting that boss, if I do say so.
So, Andrew, are we doing things in the right order as you intended?
Yeah, it seems to be. Oh no, I had my chart upside down. No, this is entirely wrong. In fact, almost perfectly backwards so far, which is pretty remarkable. But that's part of the game, right? It was designed so that you could, bumble into places that you weren't ready for, or find an item that you weren't supposed to find until later. That sense of discovery was meant to, be evoked by that. And so, yeah, it can make for some pretty amazing runs, it seems like.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we're heading right now towards the third and final of the kind of the 3 major bosses that we're going to fight, which is normally the first one you fight again, just to reiterate that point. So it's kind of the easiest of the 3, hopefully. But we're going to just
famous last words.
Yep. So we're going to grapple using another ice beam right there to get that across that gap, which is great. And
we've skipped what? At least one intended area so far in just this area?
At least one, yeah. We've skipped the entirety of the area you normally have to go through to get into the Eastern Vault in the first place. It takes about 3 minutes-ish. And we're going to use this enemy here. Now, this is, I believe this is an attendant mechanic, correct me if I'm wrong. But you are able to kind of grapple enemies which are frozen. When you grapple them, they get knocked backwards by your grapple. So they actually go through doors, which means you can just grapple straight through the door and clip through it, which is really good for skipping, the entirety of a section.
Yeah, there was a discussion
Ooh.
internally about whether or not we should be like which doors, because a lot of these things were known about, and they're fun to leave in, and so which bugs you fix and which you don't is an interesting decision to have to make.
So
yeah.
I don't know what just happened there, but somehow I staggered the siege engine early.
Oh, wait, okay. Did you do an extra hit or something? I didn't actually see what happened there.
I don't know. But luckily, this fight, you don't use any consumables. So we can just save and quit and get like a really clean restart as many times as you want. That's why this is generally saved for last, because there's very little RNG in the fight.
Yeah. This basically just works on the defensible fights. As long as we can do damage to the back there, kind of the power core, I guess. That does a bit more damage to the boss, I think, than the faceplates, which is normally what you'd be able to attack. And so doing enough damage in that amount of time just keeps staggering the boss, causing it to just stay in the I guess the kind of back of the allowing us to just keep comboing until it's dead.
Okay, so I'm going to place this key, and normally we'd have to watch a cutscene, but we can just save and quit and reload. We do have to run back, but the cutscene's over. We'll pick up the last key, do a death warp, and I guess I'll let Ori explain a lot of new tech.
I was going to say, speaking of cutscene skips, so I'll wait. So we're coming up now on. Also, nice death warp. So we're coming up now on the final boss of the game, which will be straight after we insert the 3 keys into the. I'm not sure what it's actually called. The temple or
Sacred Temple.
Sacred Temple, Seal Temple, something like that. But we're going to use this. I forgot the name of him. Blobbert, I think we call him now. Blobby, yes, Mr. Blobby. So we're going to damage down off Blobby over here just a few times. Then we're going to ice grapple through the door, as we saw before, straight through the door into the sealed temple, which is still sealed. It didn't open the door. And we're going to go ahead and activate the 3 kind of pedestals here by inserting the keys. And so this will actually... What we can do is we can... I'm not sure how this trick even works. Like, I think you pause and then you press B and A like 1 frame apart, and that causes it to close the pause menu and activate the key, but also save and quit at the same time, something?
Yeah, it's 1 frame, but it's not at the same time. Like you hit B and then A, like a frame apart. I don't
know.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
And then we death warp on the last key, and
yeah.
I can't believe what is happening right now. So
nice, you got it. So
I think we are like owed failure on the air at this point.
No, you got this. You got this.
Okay.
have faith in yourself.
I will try my best.
Each of those key skips, like 25 seconds, I want to say, to 30-ish. So it's this very significant save to get all 3 of those in a run, which is really good. So we're going to be quiet here, I think, because quieter because the air is the final boss fight, and it requires a lot of focus, I think. So
you are intended to lose this fight, so much so that no fail mode is turned off if you have it on. But we're going to try not to. So
yeah, you got this. So we damage down to get into peril state. Ooh, the sword. Always scares me seeing that. So we're doing some magic here just to keep our magic going, because otherwise we'll run out before the fight ends.
Ooh, okay.
That's got to be it, right?
Whew.
They are very mad now.
Yep.
I'm just going to ask them to chill out.
Yep, you got this. I just got that. I hate it. This is a cool fight, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Chat is having a field day. My goodness, they are so excited.
I can imagine.
Time.
Nice.
Yay!
Holy crap, folks.
GG.
Wow.
That's
Very good run.
Fantastic.
Holy cats.
Is that PB? I don't know what your PB actually is. So what was time?
It's unlikely because typically you'd be saving like 30 to 45 seconds by not saving in Ziggurat, and going for Lantern adds another 30 or so.
That's fair.
But we'll see. We'll see.
That was a solid run, either way.
Andrew, please, what would you like to say? I feel like we have squandered the opportunity we've had with you.
Oh, this is a treat for me. Seeing this is very cool. I mean, theoretically, I should know what's happening here, but a lot of what just happened was absolutely baffling, and that's lovely. It's really interesting also to see things from the speedrun perspective. You know, we have some things like upcoming patches that are intended to be quality of life features for speedrunners, and I know that part of the intention is to make sure that you're not being catered to too directly, but some things like being able to see your completion time without needing to load into New Game Plus or whatever, as well as some other things. So yeah, hopefully we don't ruin too much stuff in the process, but hopefully it'll be good.
This is unfortunately the sad cutscene.
Yes.
So we can be
the last time we get to see the fox. So sad.
Unless, of course, you buy the game.
That's true.
Right.
You can.
Which you should do.
You can now save the fox yourself, by grabbing this game and playing it yourself.
Gosh, I don't know what to say. That went about as well as I think it could, other than the misstep on Siege. Thank you so much, Andrew and Ori, for being here. You're both amazing. Thank you so much for the game and the experience that we're able to have with it. Thank you to the TUNIC speedrunning community that has done so much work in routing and theory crafting and making it easier for people like me who are just kind of like middle of the road speedrunners and proud of that to participate and to kind of spread the love of how fun it can be to run games like this. And I don't know, Ori, what if I'll pass it to you.
I'm sure. Oh no, I'm struggling now as well. Like, I guess just I echo everything you've kind of said. Like this game has been really fun. It's like I thought to myself when playing this game, it's like, oh, I want to speedrun this, and I haven't even finished the first boss yet. It's like, oh, I want to play this more, because it's one of these games that just comes along and is I don't know, it's just feels good to play, honestly. And this, the speedrunning community has again just been really good in kind of coming together and helping out each other with coming up with new strats, and especially like I think this route varies a lot. Not that much, but it varies quite a bit in terms of doing a lot of safety strats from the kind of the world record level speedrun for 80%, because this is marathon safe. There's a lot that can go wrong with this run normally. This run is very fragile, so to kind of see this come together in a way that is doable in a marathon setting and safe, but still really impressive to watch is really nice to see.
And I want to thank all of you for coming on and providing just an incredible experience. I think based on the approximately 37 billion Radico 3 claps that have gone through the chat, I think they liked it. I think you did a good job.
Awesome. Well, if you liked it, please find it in your heart and in your wallet to donate whatever you've got. Even $5 or $10 added up to as many people as watching this broadcast would go a long way to helping the Organization for Autism Research. So if you can do your part, we can all do it together. So I'm actually just starting New Game Plus so we can check my time, because normally on the speedrun boards, in-game time is what we use. Wow. Okay. 2434? Is that what we're saying? This is our new file, and this is the... Yeah, this would not be valid, of course, because I started from a loaded save, so I won't be submitting this. But this is about 30 seconds off my PB.
Oh, wow.
And would have been about a minute and a half faster than my PB about a week ago. So...
Wow, okay.
For context, the world record is like a 21 flat, basically. It's like a 20:59. So...
Yeah, but that's without doing marathon safe strats as well, of course.
Exactly, right. That's without smoothing over the run a bit so that it's more doable in one no reset run.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I've come down a little bit from that high, let me just say shout outs to Dicey and Silent and Tej and Piper and Twix and all of the people that have like paved the way and helped me get to, you know, understand the strats and stuff that are here. Thank you to everybody in my sphere. There's way too many of you to name, I'm sorry, but just that have provided so much encouragement. And seriously, thank you, Kevin, for putting me into contact with Andrew. And Andrew, thank you so much for going over the run with us ahead of time, you know, or at least our notes, you know, and just our questions and being here to provide your insight. I appreciate it. I appreciate your willingness to work with the speedrunning community, specifically, like just thinking through how things could be optimized and what our input would be, and even adding features like a speedrun clock and stuff in the future. It's fantastic, and it means a lot. It means a lot to us speeding little foxes around the internet. One question left. We have one question we did not get to, which I should have said. Why a fox? Why is it a fox?
That's a good question. I think the best answer is probably that foxes get into trouble. That's the cute answer. Really, it's about making sure that the experience of the player and the player character are close together, and that you feel like there are a lot of people out there who can identify with a fox, I think, so this is sort of a way to put you, the player, in the shoes of the player character, or the lack thereof, I guess. And also, high contrast, orange on green, good visibility. Foxes are basically arrow-shaped, pointy little nose, big tail, good readability, that sort of thing. But mostly they get up to mischief.
Perfect. So you've heard it here from the developer. Foxes are basic. Excellent. All foxes out there, I don't mean it. I had to say it. So, anyway,
it's too late now.
I know. It's like, why did you even donate to this run, right? So seriously, thanks for bringing the donations in. Thank you so much for providing a platform, honestly, for just such a cool event and cool runs. Yeah, I think that's all I got.